Well, look at you. You came back. So you think you're the Perl mastermind. So you think you're ready for my quiz? Well, in the last episode, I showed you real quick how to do a Perl script in 5 minutes. Real easy, real simple. I made a couple mistakes during the video to see if you guys would pick up on it. But this video is going to be all about mistakes. So you better be very, very sharp and pay attention to what I'm doing. And the whole goal here is for you to pick up on the mistakes without me telling you what the mistakes are. Okay, so I'm going to basically start typing in the commands, and again, you need to pay very close attention to what I'm doing and pick up on the mistakes and point them out before I tell you. So this is kind of a memory exercise to test your recollection of what we talked about in the last video. All right, so first of all, I'm going to go ahead and start typing in my script commands here. So we're going to go ahead and insert, and we're going to go print, and then we're going to go and type in, do you see anything wrong? Not typos. We're talking about syntax errors you're looking for. Anyway, you guys should have already saw a mistake, hopefully. What's wrong? What did I do wrong already? We just got started. What's wrong? What is wrong? What could possibly be wrong? What could possibly be wrong? I think most of you guys figured it out already. So, and notice I'm going to do this in a way to really help your memory, right? So, I'll explain when I'm done here. What do we go? User, right? / what? Bin / what? Perl. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lead you towards the answers. I won't just give the answer to you right away. Like, you see how I went to that line, I didn't type anything in, so it's like, wait a minute, why is he creating a new line? Oh, there's a thing that goes up there kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So, trying to help you out, real powerful memory exercise here. All right, so we got to put this on the front and the top where we're going to say where the interpreter is. All right, so now we're ready to go on to the next line, or are we? What's wrong? What is wrong again? I'm missing a semicolon in every line with a semicolon. All right, so are we done? Can we go ahead and save this and run it, and it's going to print this out, and everything's fine? Yes and no. It will print out, do you see anything wrong? But what's the problem? What's the problem here? Something might be missing. Something might be missing. \n for new line, right? Because, just as a reminder, if we go and we run this right now, this is what happens. It's messy. It's all jumbled. Look at this. This is awful. We don't want that. So let's go back into the editor, and let's go ahead and add the thing that you actually recalled. I didn't have to tell you. \n, which means new line. So now if we run it again, we can go ahead and run it. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. That's the most beautiful script I've ever seen in my life. Wow. All right, so let's go on. And now what we want to do is I want to do a user input. User input. So how do I do user input? I'm going to start by doing what? I want to assign something. I'm going to assign something. It might be money related or not money related. Maybe money symbolically. $sign. $sign string. $sign channel. Or $sign variable. Or $sign whatever. Will that work? You think that's going to work? $sign whatever? It will work. You got to type in a string. Whatever the name of your variable is, that's what you can type in. So what comes next? Well, what am I trying to do? I want to take standard input, so whatever the person types in, and I want to assign it to this variable of $sign whatever. So how do I do that? Space, what? I want to assign something, right? So I want to equate, right? I want to equate something with something else. So equal sign, right? And what am I assigning to that variable? Standard input. So I need to type in what? Whoa, too fast there. What do I need to type in? Less than, greater than. We're assigning standard input, so STDIN, right? No J. And then we're going to assign that to whatever, right? So now let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. Ah, some of you sharp people saw the mistake. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? Trying to pull a fast one on you guys. End every line with a semicolon. All right? Now, we can go ahead and run this. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to assign whatever I type into standard input, to that variable, and then do nothing with it. We want to actually have it do something. So let's go back in here, insert, go to the final line here, and now we're going to go ahead and say print what? How do we say print? We wanted to print the variable. We took standard input, we assigned it to a variable, now I want to say print the variable. So the variable is called by typing $, whatever. Whatever, man. That's what the teenagers say. Whatever, everything, whatever. Clean your room, whatever. Well, let's see if whatever actually works in this case. So we're going to type in, we're in our script here, we're going to say blah, 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 and we're going to hit enter. And what do you know? It worked. But look at how it just, this double line, blah, blah, blah. It's still looking kind of sloppy, kind of amateurish. So how do we jazz this up? How do we jazz this up? Think about that for a second. And I'll be right back in 30 seconds. And we're back. That wasn't that long. 30 seconds went by like that. But right now, what we're talking about is what's wrong with this. Kind of sloppy the way the output was, right? What we want to do here is we want to add, let's see something. What if I put this in quotes, following the same syntax as before? And also, we got to end with a semicolon, right? Always end with a semicolon. So what if we do that? What happens? Okay, so it works, no problems. But what we want to do is we want to see how we can deal with the sloppy output. So let's try the same format as before, right? So we're going to go \n. All right, let's go ahead and run that and see what happens. All right, type whatever. What do you know? So it still does it twice, and then it does the new line. So you see the space underneath. You got 2 lines here, and then the space underneath. So what's going on? What can we do here? We are thinking about a game from the 80s called Pac-Man. Pac-Man used to eat those pellets and kind of go, what kind of sound did he make when he eating those pellets? Chomp, 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 chomp. Whoa. Maybe we should go into insert mode first before we start typing. Chomp. But what are we chomping? Nothing? No, we want to chomp some pellets. And our pellet is our print command here. We want to chomp that. So let's chomp before the print command, right? That's the correct way to do this. Let's go ahead and run this. Whoa. Did you pick up on the mistake? Did you pick up on the mistake before I exit out of there? Did you see what was wrong? What's wrong with this? What is wrong with this? Chomp what? Chomp what? Is it going to just chomp the next line? Is that how Perl script works? That's not how it works. Come on. I insert and to go to the end, and then we have to give it instructions on what is going to be in the diet. What is it going to chomp? Chomping on that money or chomping on that variable, whatever. So let's type in whatever. Whatever. So we're chomping the variable. That's what we're doing. And we're going to go ahead and run this. Are we? Anything wrong? See anything wrong? Something is wrong. What could be wrong? We are missing a semicolon. There we go. All right, let's get out, run this, see what happens. let's get out, stay out, and run it. Try it that way. Whatever. Enter. Look at that. Does the same thing. What are we missing here? So what could be wrong here? What are we missing? You think anything? Well, actually, is there anything wrong here? Do you think, or is this program doing what it's supposed to do? Let's look at that one more time. So we ran our script. We typed in whatever. We hit enter, and we got whatever back again. But isn't that exactly what we asked it to do? So the only thing is, I would say, there's nothing wrong with this. It's doing exactly what we're instructing it to do. What I would like to point out, though, before we move on again, is notice the difference of that output versus if we remove the chomp. What happens is this. See, you got that new line that's added at the end there, right? So, you may be wondering, well, why do you have it at the end of this thing? So let's actually go ahead and remove that. So let's remove the \n there and see what happens. See that? So that's how it runs when you do it that way. And then if you add the chop back, let's cancel that out. And see what happens? So you get that mumbo jumbo again. It runs into the other line, right? It's kind of messy, sloppy looking. That's what happens when you do it this way. All right? Now, watch again the difference. One more time. So we're going to remove the chomp. So without the chomp. See that? And then we're going to go ahead and add it again. I just want you to see how it's removing. So see that? It's removing that new line. That new line is automatically coming after the print whatever. Right? But the chomp removes it. Now, if I put it in again, if you notice, when I put it in there, now you're going to see it's going to happen twice. So see that? Now the chomp is in there, so it's cutting it out. Now, I want you to see what happens. I want you to see the difference of the behavior. So now when I remove the chomp, so you see that? So whenever I have this new line character at the end, the chomp command actually allows you to cut that out. So that's all it's doing. The chomp command is going in and removing essentially this. Now when we did it before, we added the new line here so that you didn't have the output running into your command prompt. So you have the output, then you get a new fresh line separating you from the output, right? Now here, if we add that to the end of the output here, which is coming from the standard input, we can chomp it or actually remove it using that command. And there you have it. Now, the final thing I will do on this before we end this video is we're going to go in and let's do something a little bit more slick. Let's say you just typed, and then we have the variable there, and that should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get out. So now we're adding a full sentence structure and calling on that variable. So now we're going to get something a little bit more. You just typed blah, 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 blah. And there you have it. Creating your first Perl script right here on my channel. So thumbs up if this was helpful for you, and thumbs up the video, share the video, comment below if you have any questions. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.